Hey, hi everyone. How are you? I hope you all are safe, keeping well, hale and hearty. This is my first review in English, and this is especially for my lovely sister-in-law Varsha, and also for some of my friends who live in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and they while they enjoy my effort in presenting books and films reviews, but since most all of them have been in Hindi or in Bengali, they didn't understand or comprehend much. So they told me that why don't you make a review video of a film or an analysis video of a film or a book in English. So here you go, guys. This is my first attempt in making a video entirely in English. And I have chosen a Tamil film which I recently saw on Netflix, streaming on Netflix. You can also check it out. It's called Psycho. No, not the classic film by Alfred Hitchcock. It's a Tamil film released in 2020 and stars Udayanidhi Stalin, Aditi Rao Hayadri, Nithya Menon, a newcomer Rajkumar, and Ram. Now, as it's very evident from the title itself that it's a psychological thriller directed by Miskian, who has directed some lovely Tamil films in the past. If you haven't seen them, some of them are on YouTube, and in case you are not Tamil, they are dubbed. They are available in dubbed versions in Hindi also. So it's not a for first of all, let me tell you that there's no need to have a spoiler-free review here because at the very outset of the film, it's very clear that who is the psychopath. There's no big revelation in the end, as they say. So the very first scene they show that a man, very good looking, tall and good looking young man, he is beheading girls, and he's keeping the beheaded corpse in some corners of barren areas or deserted areas in sitting positions or in a standing position, which shows that he is completely deranged due to some reason. And when the film starts and the police investigations begin, the audiences will understand, and this is not the first time he has done this murder. This is that lady was her 14th victim, and before that he has committed 12 to 13 such murders. So then the story shifts to a very apparently mundane love story between a visually impaired young man and a radio jockey. So it starts in a very mundane fashion. He kind of stalks her, and she gets angry. She thinks that he is not a nice guy. She rebukes him, and he sings a song. She somewhat gets convinced that okay, this guy is really nice. He really loves me. She gives him some clues that since you are such an intelligent man, I'm very much impressed, but I'll be fully impressed and I'll say yes to your proposal only if you can follow the clues and trace me in a place whose clues I'll be giving you. uh, so he kind of reaches that place. Also, it's actually a railway platform, a small railway platform where she was waiting for him. But the moment she reaches there, the psychopath comes in. That scene is actually very creepy. Let me tell you that. And he takes her, kind of kidnaps her in front of him because obviously he's visually impaired. He senses though that the third person has come in and he is doing something wrong, but he can't do anything other than just trying to grab the killer. And obviously he's a strong, strapping young man, so he takes her away. Now, when he is about to behead the girl, he stops. He sees no fear in her eyes. He sees no kind of, uh, remorse or no nothing. I mean, her stares were blank. So he asks her, "Why are you uh, so unafraid of the entire thing? I'm going to behead you, damn it." So she says that because I know that this man, his name is Gautham. Gautham will find me. and I'm 100% confident about that. Now the thing is with psychopaths are normally, which we have seen, are that they accept these things as a challenge to their prowess of duping the police or the cops for so long. And he doesn't kill her, but he keeps her captive. He chains her and keeps her captive, and he goes on a killing rampage as if he's challenging him and the entire police authorities. Hey, I'm killing people, come and catch me if you can. So it's more of a cat and mouse game, and that is the most important part of this film, and that's why I'm not revealing that. What happens in the end, I'm also not revealing that. It ends with a very peculiar syndrome, which is called Stockholm syndrome. Anyways, coming to the positive and negative points of the film, the first positive point of this film is its direction and technical aspects. The direction of the film is first rate, because the plot is more or less predictable. At least up to interval, we know that what's going to happen in the next scene. Yet you remain glued to your seats, because obviously the characterizations are very unique. The hero, and also the person played by Nithya Menon, an ex cop who has turned quadriplegic. How both of them, are nabbing this dreaded psychopath. That's the crux of the film, and Miskin directed it in a very realistic and in a very fast-paced fashion. It's a no nonsense film. There are not many distractions. There are not too many extra angle of comedy thrown in, as it often happens in Indian thrillers. No, everything is in place. So even though it's a predictable plot, but it's very tightly scripted and directed. The second positive point of the film is its music, which is by Ilayaraja, as evident from the posters at the beginning of this video. Enough said. Ilayaraja is equal to excellence. We all know what kind of a music composer he is, and I think these new composers, they should take a leaf out of this person's capability as a composer. He has evolved with time, yet his background music, his compositions never loses its melody, their melody, and he never compromises with them. Actually, that's the issue, and they are still so up to date. They are still so modern. So and it goes with the flow of the film, most importantly. So that's another huge plus point for this film. Third are the performances of the supporting cast. Please make a note, I am not talking about the main leads, but the supporting cast. This man, I hope I am pronouncing his name correctly, Pachumuri Rajkumar, is a hero to watch out for. He can be a very good male lead, yet he chose his debut film as a villain. I don't know whether he has done some films in Telugu or Malayalam or not, but he seems to be a very trained and seasoned actor. Initially, his expressions might, make you doubtful that, hey, what's this man doing? Isn't showing any expressions on his face. But that's a part of his acting, because psychopath, when they are killing people or they're beheading people, they're not feeling guilty, because this is kind of justice for them, and this is kind of like a daily activity for them, just like we brush our teeth. So, but when he goes berserk, when he is challenged, or when he realizes that he is losing this cat and mouse game, then you should see the exchange in expression of his face when he goes to his own world, when he goes back to his childhood and he starts behaving like a child. It will creep you out. Nithya Menon, now she is one performer to watch out for. I mean, I have seen quite a few of her films in this lockdown, and I can safely say that she is one of the most talented upcoming actresses that we have. There's no doubt about her acting capabilities. Here also, she was bound by the script, in the sense that she was given the character of a quadriplegic person. So all her acting was here, and she delivered perfectly well. Her voice through her facial expressions were spot on. These are the plus points of this film. Of course, the cinematography is first rate, design is first rate, as expected from a Miskin film. Now, coming to the negative points. First negative point is the predictability of the plot. I know granted that it has been directed very well, as I said earlier, but then uh, at one point of time, a true thriller lover or a person who has seen a lot of Hollywood films would say, "Hey, why is this film so hyped? This film is very, it has this predictability about it that uh, might not work at the box office, or might not it has already worked at the box office, but might not work with a certain section of people." And I think if they think like that, they'll be partially right. So that's one thing which goes against the film. Otherwise, it's such a beautifully directed and performed film. Second negative point of the film are the performances of the lead actors. Like Udayanidhi Stalin is a pretty decent actor. He's a multifaceted personality. Everything is fine, but then here he's playing a visually impaired person and is driving car at high speed like a pro. I mean, isn't it a bit too much? Especially we don't expect such kind of goof ups in a Miskin films. Now he even, where is that? Granted, he's a very very self-sufficient man. I'm not saying that visually impaired people are not self-sufficient. They are, but obviously there will be that wobble, that certain slight uncomfortableness mingling up with normal. It's a mistake. Sorry, I shouldn't say normal people, but mingling with people who are not visually impaired. Okay, so that awkwardness is also not there. He's in a typical smart Alex style sometimes, so which was a little unrealistic for me. As for Aditi Rao Hayadri, yes, she was very good. She was really really good in this, in her RJ act, and when she is held captive, her helplessness showed. But when she is with Udayanidhi, her scenes with Udayanidhi Stalin, where when she is kind of rebuking him, or she is very cockily giving him some clues that if you can solve those clues and reach me, you will get me. Otherwise, forget me. Where is that touch of arrogance, or touch? Even she's playing with her a bit. Where is that playfulness? She's always looking scared and dazed, as if she has read the brief and she's thinking, "Hey, I'll have to look scared like this all the time." So that bothered me a bit. She's playing the main lead and she's a decent actress. I've seen her in Hindi films also, but here somehow her performance didn't work for me personally. It's inconsistent, rather. They are not bad performances, but inconsistent performances which are acted as stumbling blocks for such a film. Third negative point of this film is its climax. I guess it could have been handled well. The climax was very nice, but it could have been handled in a much better way, because at least 80% of the people don't know what a Stockholm syndrome is. So they might find it very difficult to digest if they see the climax. I mean, because even I didn't know what a Stockholm syndrome is. When I read the synopsis of the film somewhere, I searched the net and found out what Stockholm syndrome is. Then I could relate with the climax, and then I liked the climax. But everybody won't do that. Everybody don't review films. They're normal general audience. Just just going to a theater in today's times, watching an OTT and enjoying the film. That's it. So that can act as a hindrance, a bit of a dampener. So overall, Psycho is a very engaging watch. It's another feather in the cap of upcoming thriller films in South, all the modern thriller films in South, and it's definitely worth a deco. So in case if you like my video, please like the video and share it as much as you can. And those who haven't subscribed my channel, please please please, it's a folded under request to subscribe my video and give my channel some encouragement. And in the comment box you can write your feedbacks. Till the next review, this is bye from Ayushman, and don't get psyched out. Stay safe,